Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. It's all about integral travel, and we are back with our friend here, Jessica Van Antwerp. She's talking about her company and, of course, her retreats and everything that has to do with wellness that she can help you in. And she's based out of beautiful Boulder, Colorado, and she has retreats all over the world. Please, Jessica, introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers today.
All right. Well, you already gave me quite an introduction. Thank you, Jill. So Integral Travel is basically a platform for personal and planetary wellness, and we provide resources for, we provide education and resources about both of those topics, and actually linking both of those topics, personal and planetary wellness. Our main focus is the nervous system. So really down regulating the stress response that seems like so many of us are locked into these days, because biohacking is becoming a big thing in the tech world. They love that terminology. And that's all about, for those of you who aren't familiar with biohacking, is basically like learning about the biology of the human body and the physiology of the human body and how it works. And then using various technologies to sort of slow the aging process, reverse the aging process, perform at your peak, sleep better, show up to work better. But it's all about technology and supplementation. A lot of it is about supplementation too, learning about, the science of this enzyme and that protein. And if you can really address this enzymatic function, then it'll optimize your, brain function in this way or that way or whatever. It's like, it's really techie, right? Like these are tech bros like doing this kind of biohacking. And so they're taking it into the human body. However, my take on the whole thing is like, yes, all of that is great. But you could be taking all of the supplements in the world, but if your body is still locked in a nervous system response, a state of fight or flight, then none of that really makes that much of a difference. Even the American Medical Association says that stress is a contributing factor to like 85% of diseases out there. So really preventing yourself from getting sick in the first place is the true biohack, right? Like nobody wants to get like roped into the medical system to be on pharmaceuticals for the rest of their lives. I was a caretaker for my grandmother for about 6 months, helping her recover from a stroke. And she was on no less than 15 medications every day that she would take. Now imagine the kind of money that you're pouring into the pharmaceutical industry. And that's their goal, right? Is like these medicines are not addressing the underlying problem that got you
it's a temporary relief, hopefully, to help someone, but
it's a band
fixing.
Right. It's a Band-Aid. It covers up the symptoms, but it doesn't actually address the root cause. So what we do at Integral Travel is really address the stress so that 85% of these diseases don't arise in the first place, so that you don't get roped into the medical system and having to be on pharmaceuticals and meds for the rest of your life. And we do that through a variety of approaches. We have 8 tenets of wellness. I'll just run through them real fast if I can remember them all. Diet and movement are 2 of the big ones that everybody in the health and wellness industry are talking about. So we definitely incorporate those, but we have a little bit different twist on them, which I'll get into in a moment. We also incorporate nature, which is increasingly being scientifically studied to improve the body's immune response, to improve T cell count, which are some of those killer cells that help fight off any invading pathogens. We incorporate relaxation, and I'm not talking about laying on the couch watching TV. If you're watching a stressful show and you're body aware, you might notice that you're actually tensing your muscles,
or sitting how I am now. Thank you for reminding me.
So the relaxation that we incorporate is actually teaching people how to relax their body, helping them become aware of that unconscious tension that they're holding on to, helping them learn how to release it from head to toe, so that energy can then be freed to do other things in the body, to heal cuts, to fight off infection, to heal, deeply heal internal processes. and to increase the digestive function of the body to really maximize absorption of vitamins and minerals that you are intaking through your food or through supplements. So diet, movement, nature, relaxation, touch, we incorporate into every single one of our retreats, which is also being increasingly studied for its positive effects on the body. It's been shown to decrease heart rate, decrease breath rate, decrease blood pressure, increase the brain's production of all the happiness hormones, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and on the other side of that, then decrease all the stress hormones, epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol. So touch has a really positive effect on one's overall health. We also incorporate silence, which is a true, and I'm not just talking about being in a quiet place, right? Because that's one thing, but then if your mind is running, a mile a minute, then that's not true silence. So again, it's a training that we offer to teach you how to really quiet your mind, because from those places of a quiet mind, that's where creative inspiration comes in. That's where $1 million ideas come into play, and that's the place from which, like, Albert Einstein came up with the theory of relativity. Like, while he was getting on a bus, he wasn't actually sitting down at his desk working. It was just a flash of inspiration as he was going about his daily life. Isaac Newton too, the theory of gravity, that kind of thing. We also incorporate, so diet, movement, nature, touch, relaxation, silence. I've been increasingly thinking that 8 is too many because I can never remember all of them. And that maybe some of them could be combined. But anyway, we address health and wellness from all of these different areas and aspects. So, hydration is one of them, which is, okay, I remember the last two because these are harder for us to sort of take control over. It's more of like a personal choice. Hydration is a big one. And I know from having taken care of some elderly people that elderly people tend to never drink enough water. But the quality of water, it's not just the quantity of water, it's the quality of water that you're drinking. So if you are drinking unfiltered tap water, you are ingesting a credit card worth of plastic every single week.
Wait, what? Can you say that one more time? I think we need to hear that. I need to hear it again, especially say it one more time.
Yeah, if you are drinking unfiltered tap water, because of the prevalence of plastic in our world, it's increasingly being broken down, and plastic and water from a plastic water bottle, just like that.
Which I'm drinking right now.
You're ingesting plastic into your body.
How is that legal? How do they sell this? How do I buy it as a consumer and not know this?
Well, it's only in the last few years really that it's been discovered that plastics are sort of everywhere. And so you might, if you pay attention to the news, if you go Google microplastics, you'll see.
Some say, isn't it like a PBA free or BPA free? Is that plastic free? What does BPA free mean?
It doesn't matter, because what's happening is there's so much trash floating in the ocean that it's being eroded, but then it's becoming so small that it can be evaporated with water into the air. And so they've actually found microplastics on top of Mount Everest, in the snow on top of Mount Everest, and in the snow on top of the Rocky Mountains right here in Colorado. And then that snow is melting, and that's what's
going to our drinking water.
It's coming down to the rivers and the reservoirs, and that's what's going into our drinking water. So drink filtered water. Buying like plastic water bottles at the convenience store or the grocery store is not, that's not.
What about like a Brita filter? I use Brita like in the refrigerator. Does that
Brita's not quite good enough.
Okay.
I would recommend reverse osmosis. There are all sorts of like alkaline water filters, and I'm not being paid for any of this.
But I just got solicited at Costco the other day to get like one of those big water bottle, like buy the Poland Spring bottles, turn them upside down, so you're not using plastic. But that's a big plastic bottle that's coming into. I was thinking it's helping me. But if it's a plastic bottle, it's still a big jug. It's plastic. Oh my God.
The best thing
I got to do more research on this first. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good. Yeah. Getting through to at least one person today. So the best thing to do, I think, is get a filter that attaches to your faucet
Okay.
so that you can, so that it's just like it filters it as it's coming out and you can fill whatever reusable water bottle that you drink of. Now have that water bottle not be plastic, have it be stainless steel
Yep.
or glass.
Okay.
Yeah. So hydration with a good quality water.
And I'm sorry. I still want to sip my water and I have a drop. I will finish it, but I'm going to do more research. Please don't hate me.
No, I don't hate you. I'm not judging. It's all about
I'm trying to
education,
get rid
right?
of my outbreak of this whatever this
Yeah, your
tea.
little allergic
Yeah,
reaction.
yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Clearly, my head's off. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, no judgments. I mean, it's all about education, and that's what we're here to do. That's what my team and I do. We educate people to how to up-level your health and wellness naturally, holistically, by educating people as to tools and resources and the why behind it. So it's not enough to just say drink filtered water. Uh, you have
Yeah.
to know why it's recommended to drink filtered water because otherwise you're ingesting plastic. And that has to mess with your internal processes, right? Like that can't be healthy. And then the eighth and final tenet of wellness is sleep, good quality sleep, which is also something that we can't really teach how to do. We can guide people into that more relaxed state so that they can fall into a deeper state of rest. We can also coach them as to behaviors that they can change to get better quality sleep, such as no screen time for at least an hour before bed. Certainly half an hour should be like the cutoff point. And I'm totally guilty. I don't always do that either, but I suffer for it. So I do notice that I sleep more poorly on those nights when I'm just on my iPad until the moment I turn out the lights. Um, Incorporating herbal supplements to help with sleep, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin is a derivative of
I,
chamomile.
I don't know Althenium and the next one you said. Could you tell me what that even is? I've
Yeah,
never heard of that.
sure. Yeah.
Thanks.
So L-theanine is a naturally occurring compound that's it's often found in chocolate and green tea. Now I'm not saying drink green tea right before you go to bed, but if you incorporate it like during the day, it'll
Okay.
increase it. But you can also just get it as a supplement. It's the letter L dash theanine, theanine.
Okay.
And then apigenin is a derivative from chamomile. So you can drink chamomile tea, use chamomile essential oils, chamomile herbal supplements, or the apigenin. I think that's apegenin.
Okay.
Apigenin, yeah.
Thank you.
And then yeah, you're welcome. Then kind of the big ones like melatonin is really well known. Magnesium is also a really powerful aid for better quality sleep as well. But it's just getting enough sleep and enough good quality sleep is so important for your overall health because that's when your body is healing and repairing itself. That's when it's all of the resources that you're using to externally engage all day then get to turn inward to actually fix and repair and heal and rest and digest. So yeah, we have a little bit different take on the whole health and wellness thing than a lot of other people. I think it's more well-rounded and definitely more comprehensive, coming at it from a lot of different
Great. And we're about
directions.
halfway. Let's remind everyone who we're talking to. Jessica, tell us your website, contact information. If people are just tuning in, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So my name is Jessica Van Antwerp. I'm the owner and CEO of Integral Travel. The website is integraltravel.com. It's spelled Integral. And then I think everyone knows how to spell travel. Um,
Yep.
and you can there at the website, you can sign up for our newsletter to get like health and wellness tips like this pushed directly into your inbox. So you don't have to waste your time and energy searching for them on the internet and sorting through, what's reliable and what is, people trying to sell you something. We're also on Facebook and Instagram at integral.travel. So look us up, connect with us, and yeah, just learn how to take care of yourself naturally and holistically.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. All
Yeah,
right, let's
yeah.
continue the conversation. What else do you have for us today? And I also want to talk about your upcoming retreats too. I don't know where that is in your
Yeah,
line, but they're exciting to
yeah,
hear about.
yeah. That's actually what I was going to launch into. Well, and just to let everyone know that our wellness retreats are in immersive experiences that are anywhere from 3 days up to 8 days, where you can come and kind of get exposed to all of these different tenets of wellness that I just went over, and really feel the difference that they make in your body, and really feel how you feel when you do these multiple when you engage in these practices for multiple days in a row and are just immersed in this kind of lifestyle. And hopefully our wish is that people then can take some of the tools and the skills and the practices that we incorporate back to their daily lives, so that they can continue to feel that good back in their daily lives. And so that's the sort of the pinnacle of what we have to offer. Now, everything that we incorporate into the retreats, yoga, meditation, qigong practice, which for those of you that aren't familiar with that, is like tai chi. So moving meditation, good food, time in nature, massages, and body work. We offer that also on individual levels as individual services through our website as well. So you can go online and learn about Qigong. We have an intro to Qigong course that is it's a 5-part self-guided course that will teach you not only the theory about the science behind it and why it's based in physics, essentially, even though it's this ancient practice.
Hmm.
And it will also teach you some moves that you can do, like a 10-minute practice, or moves that you can do to exchange energy with the universe, basically, is the basic premise of qigong. There are cleanses that we offer on the website that you can do on your own. There's health coaching that we have, so you can get more individualized focus. We have a suite of guided meditations that are all free to download. So if you're one of those people that can't meditate because you can't get your mind to stop, I completely understand. It takes,
Hmm.
it's like training a puppy, right? Like you just have to repeat and repeat and repeat. Like, no, come, sit, stay, calm,
Yeah.
quiet. But learning that takes guidance sometimes. If you've never done that before, then how are you going to figure out how to do it on your own? So we offer some guidance in that regard. Um, so then again, all of these kinds of skills and life skills and tools are incorporated into our immersive experiences in retreat format. And so next month, a little less than 1 month now, we're headed to Hawaii for a 7-day immersive wellness retreat, all expenses included, except for alcohol and
Yeah, of
souvenirs.
course. Hmm.
But it's going to be amazing. We're so excited. I'm starting to get into the throes of all of the logistics and the detail planning, and setting the itinerary for our days. And the more that I dive into it, the more excited that I'm getting. So as I mentioned, our days are anchored in our daily mindfulness practices. We sort of do yoga in the morning to wake up the body. In the middle of the day, we'll do the qigong and that I was talking about. And no worries if you have never practiced qigong before. I love teaching beginners. And then in the evenings, we do meditation and sort of like reflection on various concepts that we talk about, health and wellness concepts, and help people really integrate them and figure out how they can integrate them back into their daily lives once they go back home. But the big activities on the island that we're doing, we are going to be going snorkeling on this. It's one of the most amazing snorkeling places I've heard, like, in the world. We're going to be taking a boat tour with the hopes that dolphins will come and swim with
Wow,
us.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that for me is a bucket list thing. So we're really going to call in that dolphin energy. We're going to be taking a tour around the island and doing a couple waterfall. I say hikes, but they're pretty mellow walks. They're like 45-minute walks. They're pretty flat, and incredibly beautiful. And then that evening, as our island adventure will culminate with a tour in the Volcano National Park right around dusk, so we can see the lava like glowing inside the caldera of the volcano. So that's going to be pretty cool. And then, another beach day. Oh, surfing lessons. We're going to take some surfing lessons. And then if you're not into surfing or then there's another snorkel day option. So, and I think the snorkeling like never gets old. There's sea
So much
turtles
to
and
say.
manta rays and octopi and all kinds of fish. And if you've never seen an octopus in real life, they are the most magical creatures.
Oh, I
I,
haven't.
s- I saw one scuba diving in Thailand a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
and I saw it like hide in some rocks, and the way they can just like squish their bodies so small, first of all, is amazing. But then I think if you're not familiar with like the color changing capacity of octopi, it's not like a chameleon where it's sort of slow motion. It literally is just this like flash, like a ripple across the skin of the octopus, and it just
Oh.
it just turned into this like it looked like the rock around it. So
Where
it
wait,
even
where have
had
you
like
seen them before?
in Thailand. I was scuba
Okay.
diving in Thailand, yeah. And so and it looked like it was multicolored and it looked like the
Wow.
texture of the rock. It's not just a solid color thing. It's really amazing. So amazing. And if you want to learn more about octopus, there's a great little documentary on Netflix called My Octopus Teacher,
Awesome.
about this guy in South Africa who made friends with an octopus and this little reef, and he would go swim with it every day.
So
Uh,
cool.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, endless marine life to behold in our many snorkeling adventures in Hawaii. So yeah, there's still time to sign up. We still do have a handful of spots. So go to the website, integraltravel.com, and look up retreats, and it's called Healing in Hawaii. So we would love to have you. And outside of that, I know this episode is going to be re-aired a number of times through the next year. So if you've missed the Hawaii retreat, then I invite you to come to Thailand with us in March. Thailand, the place where we're going is called Jungle Yoga, and this is a very, very special place. There are no roads leading to this place. It's only accessible via a 45-minute speedboat ride, and it's at the very end. It's on a lake, and that's why there's no roads accessible to it. When I say on a lake, I mean literally the whole facility is a set of bamboo cabins that are floating on the lake. So the sensation, especially the first couple of nights of just as you lay down to go to bed,
Oh
because
my
when
gosh.
you're awake, you don't really notice like the movement of the water.
No.
It's not like the ocean that's like very active. It's just a
No.
lake, and so it's just gently rocking. But as you lay to go to bed, you really feel this like gentle rocking as the water moves underneath your cabin. It's so soothing. And this facility is tucked away into one of the fingers of the lake that's like kind of at the very north side. So there's not a lot of boat traffic going by throughout the day and throughout the night. And so it's very secluded. It's in the middle of a national forest, in the middle of this lake, in the middle of Thailand. And I just got an email from our contact there who said that a baby elephant was just born, like right behind. It's a new baby,
Wow.
yeah, a new baby elephant in the little family of elephants that lives in that part of the jungle. And so there's a new member of the Jungle Yoga family. And last time we went there, pre-pandemic in 2018, we did we were lucky enough to see elephants. They graced us with their presence. And wild elephants, okay, these are not like elephants in a zoo. Elephants are incredibly intelligent, and they have a very keen sense of smell.
Mm-hmm.
So if they don't want you to see them, they will not reveal themselves. And so throughout the week that we were there, we could see signs of elephants and hear them like crashing around in the night, breaking down the bamboo. There are bamboo stalks in Thailand that are like 60 feet high. They're taller than the trees. It's incredible. But you could see these bamboo stalks like
Mm-hmm.
literally being taken down 3 feet at a time as the elephants at the bottom were breaking off the bamboo to eat it. And so we knew they were there, tucked
Mm-hmm.
like just inside the edge of the jungle, but the foliage is so dense you can't like peer through to see them. And it was the last morning that we were all there, and our group. We had a group of like 17 people. And normally on mornings, some people take kayaks out and they're going to look for elephants, but they're going like
Wow.
farther away in the lake.
Yeah.
But we decided to just go right into the cove behind one a section of cabins on the lake, and then some of our people who didn't go out on boats, they were in the cabins, like looking out the windows, looking in the same direction, and the elephants came out. And so everyone got to see them.
So
And
cool.
our hosts said that they hadn't seen elephants in like 10 years, that they had been so elusive and they hadn't shown themselves in 10 years. So we got such a gift. And these are the kinds of experiences that, like, you can't pay for that. You can't like buy that experience of seeing a family of elephants in the wild. So it was like, we were all just amazed as the first elephant came out of the jungle,
Yeah.
dipped into the water, and then
Wow.
another one followed, and we're looking at each other, and we're all quiet, and we're like, there's two. And then
Beautiful.
a third one
Yeah.
followed, and then a little baby came out, and there were 4 elephants in this family, including the baby, and it was just such a special, like, life-changing moment. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. And these adventures are going on again. Remind
Yeah.
us how we could reach you. And again, there's still room to go on the next journey.
Yes, integraltravel.com is the hub where you can find all of our information and sign up for our newsletter so that you can get all of this information pushed right to your inbox. Facebook and Instagram are great places to connect with us. Also, we're integral.travel on both of those platforms. And then we're on LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube as well. YouTube, we have a lot of little short instructional videos to help you up-level your wellness on your own time and in your daily life. So yeah,
Thank
we would love
you.
to have you, and feel free to contact me directly if you have any questions, any hesitations, any concerns. My email address is jessica@integraltravel.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jessica. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
absolutely.
Great conversation today. I got to look up
Yeah.
after this, and I got to look up, the elephant. That's awesome.
Yeah. And the microplastics. Don't forget about the
Thank you. Gosh,
microplastics.
the biggest thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. My
All right.
pleasure.
You have a great day, and
All right,
everyone
you
else the
too.
same. And we'll be right back after the break. See you soon.
Thanks, Jill.
Bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.